Hello, welcome to SnapMath. Thank you for sending in your calculus question tonight. So we're trying to maximize the area of a triangle, a right triangle, with the perimeter of 16. So P equals 16. So we know from the Pythagorean theorem that the hypotenuse is going to be the square root of x squared plus y squared right here. So we can plug this into an equation where x plus y plus the square root of x squared plus y squared equals 16. Alright, so now what we want to do, I'm going to bring x and y over to the other side, so it's the square root of x squared plus y squared equals 16 minus x minus y. And then I'm going to square both sides. So we're going to have to square a trinomial right here. So now it's going to be x squared plus y squared equals 16 squared minus 16x minus 16y. And then it's going to be minus 16x again minus 16y. And then it's going to be plus xy, and then we're going to have, it's going to be, let's see what else, it's going to be another xy, and it's going to be x squared plus y squared plus x squared plus y squared. So now, if we cancel out the x squared and the y squared, it's going to be 0 on this side, and then what we have left is going to be 0 equals 16 squared minus 16, this is going to be 32x if we combine the x's. It's going to be minus 32y plus 2xy. Alright, so we're going to bring everything over to this side. We're going to leave all the y's over on this side. We're going to solve for y. So now we're going to solve for y, where it's going to be negative 256, that's 16 squared, and then we added 32x over on this side. Now it's going to be negative 32y plus 2xy. So now if we factor out the y, it's going to be negative 32 plus 2x, and then it's going to be negative 256 plus 32x over, we're going to divide both sides by 32 plus 2x. So this cancels out, so we just get y right now. So now we have negative 32 plus 2x equals y. So now what we want to do is we want to plug that into our area formula, because this area formula is what we're going to be maximizing. Our area formula is 1/2 the base, which is x, times the height, which is y, but we just found y to be this right here. So we're going to plug that in for y. So it's going to be negative 256 plus 32x over negative 32 plus 2x. Now, if we multiply everything in, well, the first thing I'm going to do actually is going to factor out a 2 and then get rid of the x, or the half. So it's going to be, and multiply the x in. So 2 of this is 128, negative 128. So I factored out a 2 of that, and then plus 16x. And I'm going to actually multiply x into both of them. So I'm going to be negative 128x plus 16x squared. And this is going to be, bring out the 2. Well, we'll leave the bottom the same, because then we just canceled out the 2. So it's going to be negative 32 plus 2x. So this is our area formula for the triangle. So now what we want to do is we want to maximize it. So we're going to take the derivative of it. So a prime is going to be the derivative, and we're going to use the quotient rule. We're going to take the derivative of the top, which is negative 128 plus 32x times the derivative, or times the bottom, which is negative 32 plus 2x. And we're going to subtract the derivative of the bottom, which is just going to be 2, times the top, which is negative 128x plus 16x squared. And then it's going to be over the bottom squared. But we can actually just get rid of the bottom because we don't really necessarily need to know where it's undefined. We just need to know where this is going to equal 0. So we're going to set this equal to 0. We're going to multiply this out and solve for x. So this is going to be, we'll do these first. So it's going to be 64x squared. And then it's going to be 128 times 32. And they're both negative, so it's going to be plus 4096. And then we're going to do 32 squared and add an x. So it's going to be minus 1024x. And then we're going to be 2 times that. It's going to be negative 256x. Then minus, or it's going to be plus 256x. And then minus 32x squared. So these cancel out. This cancels out with this. So we get 0 equals 32x squared plus, well, we'll put minus 124x plus 409. So now what we want to do is I'm going to divide each one by 32. So 124 divided by 32 equals it's actually equals to 32, so it's going to be x squared minus 32x, and then the 496 divided by 32 equals 128. So plus 128. So now we're going to factor. And that's going to be 128 is, how about 16 or... Sorry, what we want to do is not factor it. We want to use the quadratic equation. So we're going to plug in it into the quadratic equation. So it's going to be 32 plus or minus the square root of 32 squared minus 4 times 128 over 2. That's what x is going to equal. And we're going to take the minus one because that's going to be equal to a number that's going to fit into our perimeter. If we add them together, it's not. It's going to be like 15 or something, and that's just going to be one of the 3 sides that it's going to be. And this comes out to be 4.686, and then we plug this number back into here, and what you actually get is the same exact number. So our length and width, or height, we'll say height, is equal to the same number, and you can check it on your calculator once you plug this in back into this equation right here for what y will equal. So we found x and y. So x and y both equal the same thing, this number right here. All right? Thank you for sending in your question tonight, and we look forward to answering more of your questions in the future. Have a good night.